meeting, come pay attention. The money come when you stop pretending. The funny talk gon' stop too. I ain't playing games with fucking gremlins. Fuck a goblin, you barely popping. We keep winning, we ain't fucking stopping. You fucking phony, stop telling stories. We can tell you lying for a little glory. Lex Luthor, no Lex Luthor. My heroes then used to shoot the juice up. Y'all shoot the club up for no reason. How I know? There's no one bleeding. Pill poppers are the real monsters. Kill farmer, then kill the doctors. Kill the haters that's always hating on what we doing, cause we popular. Big bag, I'm a big deal. Plenty cash, we skipping jail. Pass and go, we buying blocks, no fish kills, we big whales. Real estate got the market corner. Dudes keep missing, make a target for 'em. Proof in the pudding, y'all eating porridge, where we lifting weights every fucking morning. Moonwalk on that heated floor, take a splash in that swimming pool. No lazy man, we hard working till the clock stop, we making moves. Shut the fuck up, we talking now. Shut the fuck up, we talking now. Shut the fuck up, we talking now. Shut the fuck up, we talking now.
Oh yeah. I'm excited about this one today. I'm excited about this one because I couldn't be there. So I'm excited about this one today. Matter of fact, let me do it right. Fam, welcome to the Family Meeting Podcast. Everyone grab your seat, grab your chair, pull a chair up to the table. This is gonna be good. Pull a chair up to the table because we are about to talk to not only just one of these superstars that just surpass imagination because of what she's doing. We got someone who just surpasses belief, but I can't do this alone. So grab your chair, pull your chair up to the table, and I gotta introduce first. I got bros here. You know, I can't do this alone. Bros, what's up, Beast? I know you're there.
I'm here.
Yes.
I am here. Hey, man, I'm looking forward to this one, too, because I wasn't able to be there, so I want to hear all about it, man.
Exactly. I wasn't able to be there. I wanted to be there. But exactly. You know what?
Most importantly, not only do we want to hear what's up, we want y'all to hear what happened.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what? With that being said, too, someone who was there, I'm jealous. Someone who was there was another bro.
I'm jealous too. Mm-hmm. Real jealous.
Yeah, man, get the smile.
There he is. Man, coming in here. Coming in here with the locks hanging down, looking all Swerve Strickland. And here he come, swerving when he drive. Okay, I guess I got a Prince Nana for him. Hold on, let me.
It's all good. So, fellas, y'all know what we're here for today. I'm sorry, Mel. I didn't give you a chance to talk. Go ahead.
You good. Now, we got someone else that was there, and we got a nice little story to tell. Oh, I can't wait to tell y'all this story. Yo, let me get a drum roll real quick. Drum roll, please. Coming to sit at the motherfucking table. She is part of one of the greatest podcasts that's out, the Jobbertears podcast. She is also co-owner, and I can say that, I guess, co-owner of Battle Club Pro. She's our sister, and now she's pulling up to the table to eat some cornbread from Nana. Ladies and gentlemen, Janelle is at the table.
Hey, yo, put her where she's supposed to be at. Put her where
she's absolutely. I'm about to do it right now.
First of all, right in the middle. First of all, Janelle from HR is crazy, but I like it.
Hey, yo, Nana,
I didn't even give that name to myself, by the way. Well, Janelle is my name, but the HR part was everybody else, not me.
As long as you don't be snitching. You be snitching?
No, they talk to me. Everybody thinks I can fix everything. I can do everything. All the questions asked to me, like that's where the HR part comes from. It's not that I be snitching. People be snitching on themselves to me.
I got you. And you know what? Welcome to the Family Me Podcast. I'm gonna be quiet, but you know I got to do this. We tell everybody that we're not gonna get in your personal business. We're not gonna do all of that. But with you being who you are, I I gotta ask you something. Now I know we said we will. It's all about you. You ain't got to reveal too much or whatever. But I gotta ask you this question. So you in a room, right? You locked up in a room. Ain't no way out. You got the choice. It's an anaconda and it's a cobra. Which one would you rather have in that room with you? What you taking your chance?
The cobra.
You want to be in the room with the cobra?
Anaconda can wrap around you and squeeze the life out of you.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I don't want to be in the room with neither. But if we had to choose, I would probably choose the cobra over the pipe. The anaconda is going to squeeze me. You ever seen the movie with Jennifer Lopez?
I seen that with Jennifer Lopez.
Squeeze the shit out of John Wick in that movie, the bad guy. So I don't want no parts of anacondas whatsoever. They can eat a whole human and as a whole. I'm good. I like my life, so I'm gonna go with the cobra.
Now with you picking the cobra, and you're also a wrestling fan. Now I just want to say, Jake the Snake and Macho Man. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, go ahead.
Christ. Here we go.
But then Macho died, nah. So we good.
Point.
If anybody out there has a cobra, holla at your boy.
That is true.
We finna find this out.
So let's start off.
Cobra back.
No, don't leave. Come back.
Don't run, bro.
Come back.
Wait, I want to hear about this story because I feel like there's so many stories from Jobberslam and just that weekend. So like, I want to hear the story before we even.
Nah, you was super busy. There was a lot going on.
It's always a lot going on.
Yeah, it was. Well, real quick, let me just get to the comments real quick, if y'all don't mind.
Go right ahead.
So one of our loyals, John, he says, some of my favorite folks have an amazing show, fam. Now, we appreciate you. And my boy who I met over at Jobberslam, my man Michael, what's good, bro? What is good, family? Yo, we got to chop it up on here with you too, man, whenever you're ready. Now, so as you can see with the picture up there, you see Janelle in the middle. That's me, and that's Mike. You see Mike? Is Mike over there? Yeah, Mike is right there.
Big Mike Nash.
So our friend Mike was a former indie wrestler. So this.
Oh, that story. Okay.
So he decided. No, first of all, the ring is already set up. Everybody doing their thing. So Mike decides he's gonna inch more towards the ring. Like, okay. I'm like, oh, he's gonna get some pictures. It's gonna look dope. He gets in the ring. Mike, what a lot of y'all don't realize, Mike was bigger than. I'm sorry I don't have the picture right now, but Mike was way bigger than. And he
let me interject real quick.
No, go ahead.
Yep,
Matter of fact, give me time so I can get the picture. Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead. Okay, folks. It's a running joke in here. Whenever Mike shows up, we say, we miss Fat Stu.
We miss Fat Stu.
Okay? Fat Stu was the one that used to be the indie wrestler.
In the ring.
Going
hard in the paint.
This right here is now Skinny Stu. Skinny Stu ain't took bump one.
Nope.
Okay.
But hold on, wait. You're getting ahead. You're getting ahead on the story.
Well, listen. Okay. That's when he was still on the road to Skinny Stu. Now that he is Skinny Stu, Skinny Stu ain't took bump one. But Skinny Stu got the itch for when he used to be Fat Stu and got in the ring. Go right ahead, Mel. Continue.
Me, you still need time?
Pretty much telling the story. I'm just trying to get the picture.
Why don't we just let hold on. Why don't we No. You gonna let me have this? You gonna let me have the story? You gonna let me have
everybody else gotta tell the story?
Hold on. What you mean I can't tell the story? I was the one that did it. I was the one that did it.
You ain't finna glaze.
I just heard the sound. Like I can tell my point of view. All I heard was bop, and I was like, who bumping in the ring? And I looked. I said, oh, okay. But everything was going on, so I didn't really think of it. And then later, when I saw him, I said, that bump, huh? Like that was. Yeah, are you good?
Y'all was gonna let me have it. Look, y'all let me have it.
So, listen, his eyes, his whole world lit up. When he saw that ring, when they finished putting it together, his whole world lit up. So.
I know it did.
So let me start from the beginning. So one thing about me is that I don't care if I haven't done a work or anything. If I see a ring that's being put up, I'm gonna help. Like it's one of them things where it's like, let me go back in there. So of course I went in there, womped, talked about it, worked about it. Now, mind you, this is what Janelle didn't know. She didn't know. I had my gear on. Shush. Mind your business. Mind all your businesses.
But why though?
Because I'm a mark.
Keep going.
And the rules of pro wrestling always bring your gear. Anyway,
always bring your gear.
Always. So here I am. The ring is up. The ring is already set up. And here, inching a little bit. Mel having a good time, just like, I see your black ass. And the closer the every time that he was distracted, the moment he kept looking up, I was close to the ring. Next thing you know, my new bro, Stan Michaels. If you
shout
out to Stan. And he was like, "Yo, what you about to do? You mean come on in?" And I'm like, I gotta wait till it's finished. And then
he is not telling the whole story, but go ahead.
Watch him out. Then here I go in there. All right, I'm looking at it. Okay, I feel the ropes. Oh man, the ropes, sweet Jesus. Oh my Lord. Got in the ring. I said, "Oh my lamb of God, this is." Felt the rope. Okay. So all I see is someone taking a picture of me, but we're not gonna get there. And then
I'm looking for it.
Everybody doing their bumps and spots and whatnot. Now the ring is cleared somewhat. And in the back of my head, it's like, yo, run the ropes. Okay. So first I walked. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, slide, grab. 1, 2, 3, slide, grab. Then it got faster. Then I started running the ropes. I'm like, oh, snap, I can still do this. Yes. Then the moment happened.
So you thought.
All I heard in the back of my head was Triple H. Take a ball. Yeah.
Full flat back.
Whole flat back.
Shit echo because I had stopped. I was like, "What the?" I stopped. I said, "What's going on?"
Like that's all you heard was that. All you heard was that, and I'm just like,
mind you, but I feel like I was there.
Oh, so yes, the bump was amazing. It was double patented, like they said.
Oh, the bump was amazing. It ain't the fall that kills you, motherfucker. It's the landing.
Mm-hmm.
But that our ring is pretty. The boys always say it's pretty well padded. So he was okay because most rings aren't as padded as the one that we had.
Which goes to show that Fat Stu was ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
Skinny Stu didn't have no plan for this.
Nope.
No
shit. That is not how the story went. I'm gonna give you the brief synopsis.
It's called Stu gonna make it sound cute.
I had to come back to the camera when I tell you this man leading up to the day. Every time he was on a call with us, he kept alluding that he was gonna get in the ring and take a bump, and I'm just sitting there like, okay,
y'all ready?
I'm like, you was pounds heavier than bro, but okay.
So
real story.
This was Stu then.
Yeah. He wasn't that much. Y'all dragging it. I'm sitting here thinking y'all dragged it just now.
Hold up.
No. Okay, look at this picture, right?
He was slightly bigger than that.
There was big back Stu, like 3:00 in the morning.
There is a difference. There is a difference, but y'all really made it seem like my man was like like the white dude in the picture. Like I was like,
I'm saying that picture was literally on the journey. He the journey had already.
Oh, that was like midway. Okay.
Yeah, that was on the journey, but he was even heavier than that when he used to be taking them balls.
No, you ain't never walked up behind Stu accidentally while he cooking and realized that that's not a silverback gorilla. That's just your homie Stu.
They love you.
This is the part he ain't tell y'all.
Cobra Black.
This is the part he ain't tell y'all. So he's inching toward the ring. He's getting the itch. So I'm just sitting there. And I'm like, yeah, he's about to run the ropes. That's okay. So he's running the ropes. I'm like, all right, cool. Big loud bump. Stu looked like he wanted to roll out the ring. So he's seen all these wrestlers around him. So he got up, finally got out the ring. He walks outside. He's in so much pain. I'm like, yo, you good? He was like, no. I'm like, you in pain right now. You ain't got to front with me, bro. It's okay. I'm gonna tease you later, but you ain't got to front with me.
Hey, Stu, how much steroids did you give your pride that day?
How much steroids?
On your pride.
I'm weak.
Wow. I need steroids for my pride.
Because I saw the look on your face, so I know you went 100.
On a scale, let me put it this way, Stu. On a scale from 1 to Dilworth, how high was your ego?
You know what?
No, but no funny shit. We're not gonna talk about Dilworth. Fuck that nigga.
Yeah,
but
anyway,
you know what?
Stu did win.
It's okay. We're gonna pray for him. It's okay. We're gonna pray.
Janelle, how do you feel? I'm sorry.
Yeah, how are you?
Janelle, how do you feel about how everything went down this past weekend? How do you feel like how it went?
I can breathe. I can breathe now. This one was the hardest show yet. And I love the fact that everybody that came and enjoyed themselves didn't understand nor see the hardships that went into the show. That was really what I was trying to protect, because I was just like, y'all don't know, and I wish y'all knew. But no, I love the fact that people came near and far to come and support us, and that's always my favorite thing. The one thing about Jobberslam is it's kind of that end of we always wanted it to be that end of the summer kickback, barbecue feel, family getting together, people that hadn't seen each other all summer or all year for that matter, just getting together. And that's kind of, and the boys can attest to that. That's the vibe that we kind of go with. It's more of a reunion. So I always say I'm blessed for whoever did come. I'm thankful now that it's over because I can go back to regularly scheduled programming. My life was all came through. We had started planning. This was the earliest we started planning, which ended up biting us in the ass. But we started putting the show together back around late April, early May. And we really had everything kind of pieced together. And then it all started kind of falling apart from there. But I always say I'm blessed to have a really great team. Also on the Battle Club Pro side and on the Jobbertears podcast side, like us having a joint show and it being like it really being a joint show. Like people hear that and they'll just think, oh nah, everybody had a hand in putting the show together, putting the matches together, getting the talent together. Like everybody plays their part. And that's the major thing when putting a show together in general is everybody gotta play their part. So I'm gonna a lot of it fell on me. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but in good faith, it showed that everybody trusted me in that manner. So that I appreciate it. Before, and the boys were there before we started the show. My business partner and my very good friend, my other partner, co-owner, Joaquin Morales, he gave me my flowers, and I wasn't anticipating because it was funny because he was calling me, and I'm from New York. My response could be nasty at times. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, especially when I'm in work mode. So I was just like, "What? Like, what do you need me for?" Not knowing what we was really doing. So I was like, okay, my bad, y'all. Oops, yeah, I take that back. But no, us just all coming together and having a good time. That's what it's all about. It's never about. I mean, we all love wrestling. It's very evident. It's a part of our lives. But for everyone to show up and for it to be someone's first time going to an indie show, their first time in New York, like it's just it was a lot of firsts, especially with that show. So it definitely wasn't easy to get there to the finish line, but it was definitely worth it to be at the finish line and to be with everybody that was there, in the space. And even creepers to the day, people checking in saying, y'all good, y'all need anything, and that's why I always say there's no show without the sponsor show. I'm forever thankful of the Family Meeting Podcast for putting their money where their mouth is for me, because that's not easy, and that's how we kind of started our partnership with Battle Club, was as a podcast. We would sponsor shows and we would sponsor talent, and we put our money where our mouth is, because it was always about putting on people that look like us, talk like us, act like us. And that's really where Jobberslam all really always came from, was us, buy, like also food shit, buy us for us. Because you don't get
No,
to see a lot of black talent like that. Like even going to the first Jobberslam when we had Big Swole versus Tasha Steele as the main event, and for Big Swole to tell me like I've never main event in an indie show, and that was her first main eventing an indie show, and I was just like, well, I'm honored and blessed. And then we had two black women main eventing the show. That's not very, you don't hear that. So like
Big.
for us, it's always about it, very big. So for us, it's always being strategic. It's always being honest with ourselves and with the people we're doing the show with, because there is a point to it, and it's always about showing what black excellence looks like, what people of color, what they can do, and giving them that platform to do it. So, but no, I'm thankful. I mean, my pocket is, I'm dried out now, but it was well worth it. Everybody had a good time, and that's really what it's about.
No, don't be dried out. Don't be dried
no,
out.
definitely. Definitely.
But
Now, being that was my first indie show and I had so much fun. Like, all I keep saying is, I keep telling the fellas, I'm like, yo, we got to do the next one as a group. We got to do it as a whole. And, like, it was nothing but good experiences, especially when Stu hurt himself in the ring. But,
so
what? No, go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
no, so with the spotlight being on, I mean, let's call it what it is, Black excellence. With the spotlight being on Black excellence, in a perfect world, next year, Jobberslam, what do you see on the card?
Ah, no, that's what everybody left.
You
Left
got
the show after, like, what you thinking? And I'm like, well, damn, can I breathe first? It's such a hard. I don't know, to be honest. I mean,
no, all right. Take yourself out of management mode, put yourself in fantasy booking mode, and treat it that way.
that's not like 24/7. I play. That's the only thing I play on 2K24. My GMO. So I play. I don't play nothing today. I just play my game. I just book all the time. But if I was to I actually, if Jobbertears South is able to still hold those belts all year long, the tag belts specifically, I would actually love to get them going against the girls that came up from Houston, Texas, and that are the current NWA Women's Tag Team Champions. So I actually think I would do like how WrestleMania LA was a tag team main event. I think I would maybe do that.
Nice.
I think that's something different that we haven't done as a company, in ourselves. Like, we always, champion or like that high profile match. But I think maybe, and that's always been an issue, even now, when I talk to certain talent and stuff like that, tag team wrestling is kind of it's kind of a dead thing. So I would love to do that. I think in doing something different, for next year, is having the tag team match main event, and it maybe be the girls versus the guys. Them girls gave them, them girls showed out. So, and I love the fact that they was able to come and show out and support and represent NWA, because NWA had a long history of not representing us. So now to have them and have them be in that representation, it means something. So that's kind of like when I left last Saturday, I was like, I would love to get the girls back, and I definitely think doing something with the tag team division would be dope.
I agree.
Man, like I can't say it enough. Like I had such a good time. That that being my first indie show, like I loved it. Like now I want to go to more indie shows.
Well,
Like,
I don't know who's gonna top an actual brawl outside. Like I'll be honest with you, I don't know who's gonna top that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you should remove that from your expectations because that's not it. We listen. Y'all was lucky that night. That's all I'm saying.
That's what happens when you sponsor stuff.
No, like, cause like I'm standing there, I'm recording it, and Charlene, shout out to Charlene, she was there as well. I'm standing there, I'm like, yo, should I go outside? Like I was standing there, like everybody's rushing outside. I'm like, should I go outside? She's like, go outside. Like,
go outside.
Yo, I was sitting at the door where I was sitting all night. And I swear, I said, did all these people just leave? I said, did these niggas just leave? I said, are we in an empty place that we done paid for?
These niggas.
What is going on? Like, cause I'm saving it out for y'all. That was not a planned move. None of us was aware that was gonna go down. Wow. Even down to Wilkins and the mama grabbing the chair. That was real. None of that was. I'm gonna break it off for y'all. None of that was planned. That was all on the fly.
And this makes it great.
Yeah, like I can't deny that. When I talked to Wilkins the next day, because we were at the bar for the viewing party for AEW, and he's like, the streets is talking. I said, I'm glad, because you know what? I'm just glad the police ain't show up. Like, it was just so many logistical things. I was just like, I'm glad the Popo ain't pull up on us in Brooklyn. Thank you, Lord. But it's the one thing everybody will remember from the show. One of the things that everybody will remember. So I say, you know what? Fuck it. But I just don't know how to top that next year. Like, I don't know yet.
With that being said, I got a question. Okay. With that being said, I got a question. If you had a nickel for every time you chuckled for when Stu took that bump in the ring, how rich would you be?
I don't have a dollar. I feel like Mel would probably have more money than me. I honestly, I heard it and I looked and I said, what the fuck? And I just said, okay. And then I kept on going. Like, I didn't even, it wasn't until, it really wasn't until we almost took this picture where he had his head on his back. And I asked him then, I said, are you okay? Like, that bump got to you, huh? Like,
it hit different, don't it?
Yeah, so Mel probably win the bank on that one. I was in work mode, so I heard it, and I just was checking to see if the person was dead or alive first. And once he kind of got up, I said, okay, cool. And I just kept it.
Look at him now. But no, I got a serious question for you, though.
Can I just ask a question? Go ahead. When is the Mama Wilkins shirts coming out? Because
I don't know, but I need someone. I know someone that got a picture of her dragging the chair from outside. And then she had the chair inside, and I caught that, and I said, "Is there Mama right there?" And then she please come over and tell me somebody better go get her because Darius will hit. Darius will catch her. That is real life. So I'm just sitting there like, I don't know what y'all want me to do sitting here. Like, I just don't. Once again, everybody think I can fix everything, and I'm just like, we just have to ride this out because Lucas don't open that door, so he's going to stay with Mama on that one because I'm here.
Roll with it.
Listen, Mama Wilkins show for me.
She made the show for me. She made the show for me. I said, damn. And I had to apologize. I said, I'm so sorry they put you through that. I said, I am so sorry they did that to you. They could have, because her thing was why I didn't tell me. Like, she was willing to play the part. She was willing to volunteer. I was like, this really is your mama. Because my mama wouldn't volunteer shit. She's not doing none of that. I'm not doing none of that. Everybody always asks me, when you getting in the ring, because everybody sees, Wilk is wrestling, Mr. Black is the referee. So everybody always looks at me, and I'm like, never do I look like I ever want to take a bump. I really like getting in the ring and talking to people on the microphone. So let alone, it's not happening. I'm here to disappoint y'all. It's not happening ever.
Never say never. Never say never, sis. You never know.
Oh no, I know. I know. Unless Triple H got me a one-day contract with WWE is gonna pay all these bills, it's never happening. It ain't going down. I'm a businesswoman at the end of the day, so that.
So
you gotta talk to me now.
With that being said, like with your status, with all the things that you've accomplished, everything that you're a glorious queen for, like how did it happen? How did you get started? How did this even become what it is now? Like how did you do it?
So I'll tell both tales of the story because it kind of goes together. So as I mentioned before,
real secrets.
Us as a podcast, I'm gonna try to think of some goodies. But us as a podcast, as I mentioned, we built a relationship with Battle Club Pro and sponsoring matches. We were like the headline sponsor for shows, for talent and stuff like that. So we built a relationship with Joaquin and the team at Battle Club for probably about a year. And then just jokingly, like honest to God, it was a joke. We were just like, every year as a podcast, we always just have a conversation about our goals. What's one thing we want to do? What's one thing, that we think about doing and stuff like that. So we hold each other accountable for our goals because, that's important in terms of a podcast growth. So jokingly, I was just like, I want to do a show. I was like, I don't know how we're going to do it. I don't know where we're going to do it. But I want to do a show. So this is like early 2019. So this is like before WrestleMania was here in New York, kind of conversation.
Got you.
So 2019 comes, and then slowly but surely the summer. So this is post WrestleMania. Everything calmed down in the city. The conversation came back again, like, let's do a show, and I'm just like, how? Like what? Like what y'all talking about? So we had a conversation with Joaquin. And I never forget it because we was all sitting in his house. We was all sitting and chilling. And we were like, all right, how do we do this show? And I'm just like, oh, we really old. Y'all for real. Okay. So we start thinking about the matches we want to see, the talent we want to book. Like we were my GM mode in that moment. And then the pandemic happened. And that shut down everything. Because our very first show was supposed to be August 2020. So pandemic had other plans and said, y'all ain't gonna do this yet, which was fine because I think once again I believe, especially after this show, everything happens for a reason. So we were sad about it. We were like, damn, but Joe being a man of his word was like, nah, like let's just hold it and wait until the world opens back up and we figure it out from there. So we're like, cool. So then late 2020, we had that conversation again, like, all right, let's get the wheels rolling. The world's trying to open up. Like, what is it going to look like for the first show? So off rip, we already knew we were going to do Swole and Tasha Steelz as the main event. Like, that was always going to be the main event. No matter where or when that show was happening, that was always going to be the main event. So once again, I'm still on podcast side. We still joint. Like, I'm still just Janelle from HR. So also we go through the first one, and because of the parameters at the time with pandemic and a whole bunch of other stuff, we actually were like underground selling the show. Like there was no link. Everybody found out the address of the show 2 days before the show. Like it was on some secret squirrel, like you only knew if you knew type of situation for the first one. And the first one was in the same place I was at that Saturday. So it was definitely a full circle moment for us. So the first show definitely had like over 200 people. Underground selling, by the way. Like it was bananas how we got through that first show. So the week of that first show, Joaquin messages me. He's like, hey, I want to talk to you about something. And I'm like, okay, not a problem. Like we focus on the show. Whatever we need to talk about, we talk about after the show. It's cool. Mm-hmm. Show day comes. Now, mind you, Mel, just like Mel's first time was this past Saturday, my mom first wrestling show was Jobberslam 1. She came. I think she was gonna come, but she came. Came sat front row. I said, okay, cool. So then we all in the ring. And we're all saying like, hey, welcome. I'm saying welcome to Jobberslam. So glad everybody could come. Blah blah blah. Then before we all go, Joe goes, hey, remember when I asked you what I had something to talk to you about? And I was just like, yeah, like once again, I'm a gun, so I'm just like, yeah, like what are we talking about? And then in the middle of the ring, at Jobberslam, one asks me to be part owner of Battle Club Pro with him.
Wow.
So I was very thrown off guard. Everybody's popping, and I'm sitting here like, nigga, what? We gonna talk about this offline? Like, what do you like? Can we talk about this off the stage? Because I'm very not, as weird as it is, I'm very not like I gotta be in front of everybody. I'm a backstage handler. Like I don't gotta be front center all the time. That's not me.
But you're here with us, and we love it. Let's keep going.
No, and I love it too. Listen, I tell everybody, listen, I'll be on your show anytime. I don't care. But
Y'all
so
right
you
here.
ask me, yeah. As long as I'm around and I can do it, I'll do it. It don't matter to me. So the next show we had, so I was very in shock because I'm just like, did this nigga just ask me to be a part of ownership in this company? Like, what are we talking about? So he was like, you don't have to answer now. We'll save the answer for the next show. The next show I think we were having was like October, beginning November. So I literally sat for 2 months on it. Like it wasn't a quick yes. It wasn't a quick no. It was I really had to weigh out my pros and cons because that's a huge responsibility, and I don't think a lot of people understand that. It's like you being a part of an independent promotion in New York City that caters to Black and brown people. That's a lot on your shoulder. You gotta deliver. Like you can't just be on some like, I don't. And that's what I tell Mel. I said I don't walk around with my co-owner badge. I don't do it because it's not about the titles for me. It's for me. It's the action. It's for me. It's how do we get those that want to participate to participate. Like I never wanted to be like I gotta shine that card because that's not me. So I really had to sit and think of it. I had to think about, does it go with my lifestyle? Does it go, with what I got going on at home, what I got on with work? Like, you really got to take an account to how it may affect every part of your life. So I really sat on it, but then I felt like I owed it to any other Black woman, Hispanic woman that may want to do this in the future. I owe it to them. I owe it to my team that's always held me down and always wanted to see me grow and flourish. I owe it to my friends and my family that come and support, came and support Jobberslam and will continuously come and support Battle Club. I owed it. I felt like it was my duty to take that on then. Because I said, if I'm able to open that door, then everybody else can run through that beach. I don't even got to worry about it. So I told him, yeah. I didn't really know what I was signing up for, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. But I told him yes. And, since 2021, I've been co-owner of Battle Club Pro with him, with my partner, Joaquin Morales. And so it's like I wear so many hats because then it's just like I got to take that hat off and then be 1/3 of the Jobbertears podcast, boom, and then I'm just going back and forth. The Jobberslam is fun because I can put both hats on at the same time. So, and I don't mind it. For me, it's fun. I've loved wrestling since I was a little girl. I don't take it for granted. I don't look at it now like being around a community of other people that look like me, talk like me, act like me, that loves wrestling too. That's a bonus. Like I didn't like everybody could probably attest to that. We didn't have that growing up. Like I had to always be like, yeah, I like wrestling. Yeah, I like wrestling. It really wasn't until like I met Wilkins at the first viewing party he did in New York, oddly enough, and starting to go and rebuild that friendship and other relationships and seeing that, oh shit, there's people that we all like fucking wrestling. What are we doing? Like, for example, we had all went almost like 20 deep for WrestleMania in New Orleans the second time. Like, it was like 20 of us that came from New York and all, like, stuff like that. I was never able to do that in my teens and in my young adulthood. So, doing that now as an adult, like, that shit is fun. I don't take that for granted. So, that's kind of the ins and outs, how I stumbled upon it. I will say, like, I didn't go searching for it. I always say it found me just like wrestling found me when I was a little girl. So, like, these things, I just kind of fell into it. So, and I felt like it was the right thing to do. So,
with that being said, it's almost like what we know in our own community. I'm sorry to cut you off, Mel. My bad.
No, you good. You good.
I kind of get into this mode when I start hearing people's stories. I love hearing their stories.
No, I get it. I just wanted to get to the comments because they shouting out our sis right now. So
yeah, go into the comments. Go into the comments.
who's watching? Oh, this one over here. Yeah, he always ready for an interview. So go ahead, hit him up.
Hey,
he always ready. So when we're ready to get him on the show, we're gonna get him on the show.
All right,
then we got one of our loyals, Sierra, our
Okay.
favorite singer.
Hey, Sierra.
He said, "What up?" And Charlene, who was at
Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. So Sierra, in her hateful ways, says he was a little fluffier. Don't do him like that. See, there she go with her bullshit. Janelle, you wait till you meet this one. This one's a hater.
But that was the point.
John is dying laughing, as usual. That was probably from the Stu story.
Yeah, but that was the point.
That's why he laughing. Then he said, "Not one to Diddy work." Now we're gonna keep going on that one.
Shout out Aaron from Backstage Brawl. Shout out to the Backstage Brawl podcast.
Absolutely.
Shout out.
Let me tell you.
Check them out.
Quick story with him. He is the reason we got in touch with you to do the sponsorship. I'm giving him.
He gonna hit me up. And I was just like, okay, he can hit me up. I don't listen. When it comes to shows, I am the bank. Tell me what you need me to do so I can help you. So no, I appreciate Eric for that because I remember him asking me. He said my homeboy Mel want to hit you up. I just wanted to make sure you either was cool. And I was like, yeah, well, why would it not be cool? Like, it's okay. But I remember that. So I do thank him for that.
That's Brody right there for real.
Indeed.
No,
that's family.
Hey,
that's more family.
What's up, Wolfpack Podcast?
Yo, hey.
Wolfpack Podcast right there.
Check them out.
What up,
and listen, and here we go. Let's give Beast what he wants.
What's good?
Oh, you know what? Y'all kind of a little bit.
If he was on here right now, we were side by side, you could see it. Like,
yeah, yo, actually, it's a funny story. When he came, what was it? Could have been Jobberslam last year. I think it might have been the first time I physically had seen him, or maybe 2 Jobberslams ago. But when I first saw Job, I did not think he was the size of Kane. I promise y'all. I only saw this, so I was just like, okay, he a little light bright. Cool. I ain't worried about it. Yo, my man came through the door like he was Kane and Undertaker. I said, nigga, we didn't know you was that big. The hell? Like, why are you so, just, damn.
Everybody kept talking about it. But I'm like, yo, is he here? He like, nah. And
he couldn't come, but
my boy Antoine, that's my brother. That's who I grew up with in high school. That's a long-time high school friend. He got you, bro. When he said he gonna do something, he gonna do it. So you good next year. I don't want to hear no excuses.
No excuses. I am not a hater.
So when you saw him and you didn't realize
hey, I'm gonna have Sierra's back on that. She's not a hater.
Oh my God. So, anyway, this is about Janelle. So go ahead, Terry. What was your please?
When you saw him and you realized how big he was, do you think that ever crossed Stu's mind when he took that bump in the ring that he ain't as big as he used to be, and maybe he ain't got that much padding, no cushion no more, and now he's skinny Stu?
That wasn't a well thought plan. That wasn't a well thought, but that was his instinct. Listen, if he's wrestled before, that's just good. That's in their DNA forever. So I'm not like him now explaining yo, I used to wrestle because I didn't know that. So I was just like, oh, that makes 110% why when you saw the ring, your eyes lit up. I said, oh, okay, because that's just natural.
Let's stay with
now, what I would have told him to take that bump then and there, I'd have been like, no. No, don't do that.
That stay with you. See, I used to jump over the hood of cars. I used to flat foot, jump on the top of cars. I don't do that no more because that ain't in me no more.
I know.
So what would you tell Stu, today's Stu, skinny Stu, tell his younger self, fat Stu, about how he fucked up?
No, I wouldn't say he fucked up. He just was living his childhood boy dream. Like I ain't gonna be mad at him.
Listen,
Because in all honesty, it's kind of how it's very similar to how Wilkins got into the whole situation. Like I'll never forget it. It was a day after we were recording the podcast, and that night WWE had like a live show at the Garden. So we linked up with my homeboy that was there because he was actually giving me a ride home. So we linked up with him, and we just talking. And my homeboy that we linked up with is used to wrestle too. So he was asking him questions and stuff like that. And then he goes, "Yo, I think I want to train. I think I want to wrestle." And I was just like, "Okay." And he's just like, "I just want to have one match." And I was like, "You just cannot train to wrestle for one match. Like that just don't make no sense. Like I just need you to hear that." So every time he would go and train, he was just like, "I just need one match." And it's just like, no, that's not what no, that don't make no sense. And like what Jobberslam for was what his third match, his fourth match. So, sir, we've been past one match a long time ago. But no, live your dream, go for it, because you don't want to down the road be like, damn, I should have. Because if he didn't take that bump, at the end of the night, he would have said, I wish I would have did that. That would have been his whole spirit. He would have been like, oh damn, I had the opportunity and I didn't take it, and he would have had to ride back down to Maryland all sad.
Right.
I don't want that.
Face. I wish I would have took that bump. I wish I wouldn't be in the emergency room right now. Get my back seen about. I wish I wouldn't have been.
All I wanted to do was get in the ring and take a picture like Triple H on the rope. That's it. I ain't want to do nothing. I ain't want to climb a turnbuckle. I ain't want to run the rope. I ain't want to take a bump. I just wanted to do one of those. That's it.
But you ain't lived that life before. It's an addiction. I understand. Because every time I get to a stage, man, I got to kiss the stage. I literally kiss the stage. Who interrupted me while I'm... Oh, damn. Oh, they done found some relics from my childhood. Anyway, so I understand Stu's back. I understand his spine. As Mike Tyson said, it's spinal.
So, Janelle, let's ask you another question because we are not going to make it about Stu and Beast.
No, this is a defend himself.
Listen, I got to mess with you at least once on the podcast. Don't do that.
I'm like, I didn't even say nothing today.
So we want to say this. We want to say this right now before anybody else try to take it from us. We sponsoring the next main event. Fuck y'all. We love y'all, but respectfully,
fuck them. That's what we said. Fuck.
I tell everybody when they too late to sponsor somebody they want to sponsor, I be like, ooh, too bad, so sad, but you can sponsor somebody else. You can just not know.
I'm gonna tell everybody right now, if Mel crack on me one more time, we might be that main event.
Hey, listen, you gonna win that because I ain't taking this damn bump.
He learned from Beast, and he learned from Stu.
I know my limit.
He learned from everybody.
You give me one good shot.
We just spoiled the ending, folks. Finger poke of doom. Finger poke of doom.
Yes. In all seriousness, Janelle, what do you see next for you? Like, because you're living a dream right now. Whether you see it or not, you're living a dream. You are part owner of a wrestling company, no matter how you look at it. That is a blessing, and we are proud of you, and we love you for it. Absolutely. But what's next, though? I know it's something else.
I mean, I don't know how to top this year, so I'm already like, I don't know what we gonna do. I mean, one things I did want to do was do a show not in New York. So I feel like that's the ultimate challenge. And even with Jobberslam 4, we actually were looking at 2 different cities. When I gave that instant kind of like, that's what I want to do. And, of course, because the boys are down in Charlotte was a choice. and we have really good, got a few good friends down in the Baltimore, DC area. So that was the second place that we were looking at too. So I would love to maybe put that back on the table and have that conversation. Maybe not so much for Jobberslam in that instance, but maybe just a show for Battle Club. What's up? What you need?
They're saying Jacksonville. Beast is saying Jacksonville. Tori is
Jacksonville,
saying
Florida?
yeah.
Who's in Jacksonville? Outside of Tony Khan.
Hey,
You live in Jacksonville? I got a funny story about Jacksonville. So, two of the boys from Charlotte were at a show at Fest, and that was at Gainesville. So that Gainesville is like maybe an hour, maybe under an hour from Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Shout out Gainesville.
So me and my homegirl had flew down to We flew into Jacksonville. We had drove down to the show. Then the next day we were going to go down to Orlando for the day because Orlando's maybe about 2 hours, give or take, from Jacksonville.
Depending on how you drive, because
depending on how you drive.
Yeah.
So my homegirl is a fast driver, so that's why I was like, we got there kind of fast. So then the next day we're meeting up with, oddly enough, Shane Taylor. So we met up with him the next day. But before we had went down to Orlando, we actually drove past Daly's place, and we had both bought a DX T-shirt and had Army Fatigue leggings, and we did the DX pose in front of Daly's place.
Yes.
Daly's place is literally 15.
No, we had drove past it. We was like, we had planned it all, and we was like, nah, we gonna take this picture before we go down to Orlando real quick, because we were flying out so early the next day. We were like, it's now or never. Yeah. So when we did that, so that's why we said Jacksonville. I was like, listen, let me tell you how funny we almost we literally shit it on Daly's place real quick on the low. But okay, that's a thought. I mean.
Yeah. That'd be cool. Like that. Like
honestly, how did you get to Jackson? Are you originally from Jackson? Now I have questions.
No. I'm originally a New Yorker.
How the fuck did you get to Jacksonville then?
Let's see. I moved to Florida overall when I was 16.
Okay.
Came back to New York. Bad decision. At 29.
Oh damn.
Yeah, and then that's a whole saga, but we ain't gonna get into that. But then now I'm back here. I was back here within about a year or two.
Okay.
There. So yeah.
Wow, Jackson. I have never really met someone that lives in Jacksonville. The 2 times I've been in Jacksonville, it's been to go to other places. So, like, the very first time I flew into Jacksonville, I got picked up and we drove to Savannah because it was cheaper to fly into Jacksonville. And then the second time was that time when we went to Gainesville and it was Orlando. We didn't even do anything in Jacksonville.
What you know about Savannah?
I love Savannah.
What you know about Savannah, the most haunted city ever in America?
No, I love it. Actually, New Orleans is probably top that. But I love Savannah, Georgia very much. My college mentor from up here in New York, because I went to college here in New York, she was a teacher and she was an administrator at Savannah State University. So over the summers, kind of like after I graduated college, we would go down there once a summer and go visit her. But I love Savannah.
Oh yeah, my daughter's at Savannah State right now. So yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. No, I love it there. And it's crazy. I have a picture with the mayor of Savannah.
Yo, the most haunted
place. That's from New York.
Not oh my God. Of course, she's State.
But yeah, I have a picture with the current mayor of Savannah, and he's from Brooklyn. He's from New York. So
I offer you an alternative. Since you're familiar with Savannah, maybe you're familiar with some other places in Georgia. Maybe you can do Albany, Georgia, and make that thing pop off real quick.
I got some people out in Atlanta because I think this Sierra has said Atlanta.
Yeah, see, everybody gonna do Atlanta, but I'm talking
I have a few good friends that wrestling connected that are in Atlanta.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Albany. See, Michelet gonna be down here. What in the next 2? You like Michelet, right? Something in my heart.
I mean, I didn't like that Dre had to fuck her up like that, but I can entertain.
I mean, did it work? It worked.
I mean, it looked did.
No, I do not condone violence at all.
No, never. But I'm just saying.
We are talking about wrestling where grown men put on tight things and bump each other, slap.
Oh, wrestling is the gayest thing ever. I don't. It'd be funny when people be like, I'll be like, it's the gayest thing ever. Niggas is in each other's bodies. But yeah, no, to your question, I think the next challenge would probably be doing a show outside of New York. That's been something that's been on my heart for the past 2 years. We didn't get to do it with Jobberslam this year just because everything, but logistically didn't work. But like the ring that we have is, and that's what kind of makes it easier when stuff is like ours. Like the ring is ours, so like we could take it wherever we need to take it. Like we don't need to rent a ring because then that costs. Like you just gotta think strategically and on the business side, what makes the most sense. You know how many people are gonna actually come out because that's also another thing. So that's when there's a lot that goes into thinking about doing a show outside of your home base. But that would be, I think, the next challenge. I would love to do just for Battle Club in general. Like I said, it doesn't have to be Jobberslam. It could be any one of the shows, and we normally do about 4 to 5 shows a year. Right. So any one of the shows that we do, I would love to see it outside, or even doing a joint show with another promotion. That's always fun, and it helps the cost as well. I will not deny that. But well, that's like the one thing I will say. The one thing in terms of being a co-owner and just being on the business side of wrestling, because as a fan, and I think people always ask me like, how are you able to turn it on and off? Like, how are you able to kind of like balance the two? Like, I am a forever wrestling fan, regardless if I'm wearing my owner hat, my podcast hat. Me as a fan, I'm always a fan of wrestling. So it's not hard for me to turn it on and off. Like, I can still enjoy what's being presented, but I also, because I love to travel, I will go to a pay-per-view or a show and enjoy that as a fan. Like, I don't want to do media. Don't do me like that. That's not fair.
No, because every time, like I'll be on school, like if a pay-per-view is coming up, here go Janelle from LaGuardia to Georgia.
I'll be back in 2 days. Don't worry, I'll be back.
That's the first thing you said about that.
Like I know where you go.
I got another question. Okay, you got 2 choices. You got 2 choices. You can do a show, a random show, indie show. It don't have to be Jobberslam. A random show in Albany, Georgia, or you can see Stu blow his back out again. Which one are you choosing?
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna choose the free one versus the one I would have to. I would have to spend the money for. Listen, I'm not gonna hold you. If we end up word survival. If he trains the next year and we do a battle royal, I'll put him in it.
You should. You know what, Stu?
If he trains.
Wherever you at, I know you heard
if he trains for the next year, give or take, and if we are able to do another battle royal, I'll put him in it.
Because we're going to go live with this motherfucker right now.
So, Stu, keep that in mind. The next time I see you, I am going to kick the crap out of you. Out of nowhere.
No,
you don't see it coming. I'm just gonna do it because you gotta get ready for Jobberslam next.
Here right now.
You gotta get ready.
Tell him now. Tell him now.
Because I'd rather it come from the queen herself.
Y'all can play it back to him. It ain't that he's busy.
Nope. And
because when he's in Maryland, he said, right, there's quite a few schools out in Maryland.
you got to understand that we love our brother to death.
Oh no, I know.
If we got to jump him, then I mean that's just part of the game.
I don't think I need to jump in the trainer.
If we got to whoop
I don't
his
know
ass,
how you are about language, Janelle, but we will fuck him up.
No, I listen.
I
I
mean,
do not listen to the Jobbertears
we
podcast.
still reserve the right.
Yes.
If that's what it
But
takes.
no, like I mean, it's the truth though. I think that's the one thing that I've always loved about Jobberslam is like everybody plays a part. Whether you're a sponsor, whether you're talent, whether you're on commentary, whether you're a referee, everybody plays a part. And that's the one thing I've always loved.
Good.
What's your question?
Okay.
What's that?
So we ain't gonna introduce him again, but
No. Look at now you want to show up. Now you
No, he was
waiting. Tori, don't say nothing. Go ahead, Janelle.
He was wait. Mike, unmute yourself. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good morning.
They pushed you back on here because we were talking about you and your bump again. And I had told her, I said, if you are able to train for the next year and we do a battle royal, I'll put you in it. If we're able to do the battle royal, it's if. Because I don't know how next year going to look. I don't know what it's going to look like.
I know you're not wearing your
If
gear.
you're able to train and get yourself to feel comfortable.
He's wearing his gear. Dear God.
No.
For you to get comfortable. Then, you know. Or I can even do not one better, but I can also see, because the school, so what a lot of people don't know now is Battle Club does, we do have a wrestling school here in New York. It's called the Fallout Shelter. So, and they do shows at the school. Now, like I same offer, if you train and you want to do a match at the school, I can connect you with Joe and y'all can figure that out. And they do the tapings and stuff at the school. The school's not really my lane, but if you train or if you even want to come up and train at Fallout for a day or whatever it is, just let us know. I'm all about making dreams come true.
That boy looking
What
like
will
he's
be in legit? That's how I feel. Fairy Dust, Tinkerbell.
now normally
you get back here.
And normally I told this black ass to shut the hell up and don't say nothing, but we want to see you succeed too, you son bitch.
Stop smelling that finger. Stop smelling that finger.
Wait, but seriously, Stu, are you still wearing that singlet from Saturday?
Yes.
Because you know it's Friday, right? And
He's not living the dream today. He off today. But again, listen. Between now and next year, if you want to come train at Fallout, let me know. If you train and you feel comfortable and we doing something, I'm gonna throw your name in the bag, okay? And you can listen. And you can ask the King Bees. I'm a woman of my word, and they know, and they are my testament to that. They are my two testaments to that.
Look at his face.
I'm gonna do you one better.
It's survival of the fittest.
Look at his face.
I'm for real. Like, why not? You know, why not support?
Nah, that's dope.
Because you just never know.
You don't never know where greatness gonna come from.
Go
It's
ahead.
not gonna explode their back.
Go ahead, T.
No. If you need somebody to announce, like somebody coming to the ring or make an announcement with her, I do that shit for free. I do that for free. Put me on. I ain't got to get a ring.
No, this is an interview. This is not a job application.
I ain't mad at it though.
My bad guy going on. I'm not gonna do that. But if you need me to announce,
listen, I know what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. But I appreciate that. Actually, we have, and it's not a toot fair, but we have. Listen, if you have not seen Shane Fair ringing out ever, I always recommend to go. And it was cool because this year I didn't even know he had a fucking ring announcer cam on him.
He did.
I said, Shane, what is on you? I said, is that a camera?
Just curious, what's his favorite place to eat at, and like where does he hang out?
Oh, geez.
Well, he lives in the borough that no one else lives in, and I will say that he lives in Staten Island.
Go ahead.
But you can't do nothing to him because he has a pool and he's been trying to get me to come over
He has a
and be at the
pool.
pool part.
Accidents
So
happen.
he lives in Staten Island. When you live in the hood, you don't got access to that. Okay?
I make
Jesus
ways.
story.
My rule in life
No,
is
I love that though.
do.
But yeah, but like the offer is there. I'm always willing to help. If you ever want to come out to train, just let me know. I know I mean, at the end of the day, we're a business, but I would tell him like, don't charge him nothing. Let him run roles, let him train.
That's right.
Because and I think that's what people don't realize is like it's a different type of love with wrestling. That's why like when it comes to like Daniel Bryan, I'm like nah. When it comes to Edge, I'm like nah. Like it's a different level of like when you stop because of everything else outside of you tell like you have to stop, but then you get the opportunity to go again. That's their livelihood. That's all they know. So like, and all I'm gonna ask for return is some of the food you keep talking about that you make. You know, like I'm not a foodie or nothing. I'm very particular. I'm not very particular. I'm very simple. But I'm just saying, you don't want to bring up a plate before you go train. You know, that's just no.
Funny enough, yeah.
You
That's a
see
say
how
less.
God works.
Oh, he always working. He always working. I had put a note in my mind when he took the book up because I didn't know, and I was just like, what? But it's that. But I was telling them when you weren't here, I said, "Oh, honestly, all it takes is one random thing for it to bloom into something." I told them how Wilkins one day was like, "Yo, I just want to have one match," and I was like, "No, you don't." I said, "What you not gonna do? You're not gonna just train for one match, bro. Like, we're not doing that." And look what it turned into him fucking main event in the show. So you just never know.
All I'm saying is, you giving Stu this opportunity. That is a big blessing. God works in mysterious ways.
Good.
So, Stu, if you didn't know me, you wouldn't have this right now. So, I'm walking with you to the ring. At
He
least
said,
once.
I gotta be your Paul Heyman, sir.
Huh?
I said, you gotta be his Paul Heyman?
Yes. Yes, I will. Yes. At least
Well,
one time.
Still,
it's
if you need a
He said, "How's it back?"
still,
it's
if you need a solo Sokoa,
Hey, Stu, if you need a spine,
Beast, look at that. Why would he do that? He's right
Exactly.
there. Why would he do that?
exactly. I don't know. I don't.
Why
know.
would he do that?
it's bittersweet because if you didn't know, one of our brothers today is
Yeah.
today is his birthday, and
Yeah.
he was supposed to be my indie tag team partner.
Yeah. That's
We
true.
were supposed to train and we were supposed to do stuff and wrestle. So for you to say this to me on his birthday, like it's
Yeah.
That's what it's meant to be. Cause you never know people's passions. I didn't go into this on some like this is what I'm meant to do in my real like now like I do it for the love of wrestling. I do it for the love of the people that love me. You know what I mean? It's never I tell people all the time, it stopped being about us after that first show. Like I said, once that first show happened, I was like, this shit ain't got nothing to do with me. It's between everybody else and God at that point.
yeah.
And and that's what I don't think y'all understand. Y'all showing up even with the changes of the show,
Mm-hmm.
that meant more to me than anything because at any point y'all could have been like, "Nah, run that money back, sis." And I wouldn't have been mad about it. I wouldn't have said nothing about it. It would have been what it was gonna be. But for y'all to show up and show out for me without even really knowing me like that, y'all always been in my book. So however I can help make another dream come true, I'm gonna do it. That's
I'm
just
gonna tell
that's just how I am.
if they're not gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you. We was never asking for that money back.
Because I don't think y'all understand. I felt like I was depressed for a good week. I ain't gonna hold y'all. When that hat went down,
Yeah.
I just was like, because I knew the boys were coming from Houston. I knew this was y'all's dream. It was just so much of that. Like I was just like, I almost didn't want to do the show anymore. That's how down I was. I was like, what the fuck are we gonna do? But everybody was just like, nah, this is our show. This is what we do. Let's just keep pushing. And that's just what we kept doing. We kept pushing. And I'm always in wow when people really show up for you in that manner. So I'm always thankful of y'all because y'all didn't have to. And I always tell people that you don't have to. But the fact that you did, now we gotta bond forever. You ain't you never gotta worry about anything in New York. You ain't never gotta worry about it. Like I'm like,
y'all heard her right here live.
especially Jacksonville now. You got to roll up to Tony Khan real quick for me.
Yeah.
And the Jaguar. And the Jaguar too.
My boy Stan Michael. My boy Stan Michael in the house.
But yeah, I was saying earlier, Deli's place is literally 15 minutes from my crib. So
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you ever been?
Oh, to Deli's place? Hell yeah.
But like for AEW though.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. The night Sting showed up, I was there. Which was also the night Kenny Omega, who is our brother that Stu was just talking about, was his favorite wrestler. That was the night he won the AEW title. I was in the audience in tears. I was in the audience in tears. Yeah, like I've been to Deli's place a lot.
But you know what's funny, and this is just so random.
Yeah.
In all honesty, if they ran out of there all the time, I think it would be so beneficial.
I do too.
I think it would be beneficial not only for them but for the city of Jacksonville, because like people would come to would fly in for Dynamite. Like no bullshit.
That's a businesswoman talking.
I had whatchamacallit, and this is I gave them a fair shot with the year, so it's I can say that. But when Punk came back, this I know me and Phil, we like this. I gotta meet this nigga for real. Because I didn't really notice I really fuck with him until like the other day.
Go ahead.
And so when Phil debuted in AEW that Saturday, and they had announced that I'm gonna prove Mel's point 1,000%. They had announced that Punk was gonna be in Milwaukee on Wednesday. I flew to Chicago, and me and my homegirl drove up to Milwaukee. I was at that man's first Dynamite, and then I flew right back home the next day. No problem. No qualm about it. I said, Phil there, I got to go.
So you remember the night that Punk came out feeling bad because of what he said to MJF after MJF told his story. And then MJF turned on him with the stupid old man, I'm a snake.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna trump that and we can move on from the Survivor Series. I was there.
Yep, it's trumped.
Yep. And mind you, and I tell this to everybody. That whole weekend was weird energy, and you just couldn't put your finger on it. And because we went to SmackDown, and you just felt it in the space. You was just like, some shit gonna go down. You just don't know what it is. And then the morning of was when they released my homegirl. Shout out to Angie, my other sister in wrestling. She lives out in Chicago. And I actually funny. I met Angie at a Battle Club Pro show 8 years ago when he had British Strong Style before they really got big. Right. He had them at that show, and she was there for work, and she loved Pete Dunne, so that's why she came to the show. But that morning we woke up, she's like, "Yo, they remastered Punk's song," and I said, "The fuck?" I said, "Why?" And this is just me not psyching myself up because I didn't want to be that one to be like, he's here, and then if he wasn't, be disappointed. So I was just like, nah, they're not gonna do that. Nah. And when I tell you that fucking graphic popped up and that music hit, baby, I thought I was in another vortex. I said, "Oh my God!" And I got it on and then I rewatched it. just their commentary, because that's actually kind of like, I'm very big on production in wrestling now, especially being a co-owner and being in that space. Very big on production now. And when first of all, WWE ain't shit because they threw up that logo, and when you throw up that logo, everybody turn that shit off. So when I saw the logo had popped up, I said, "This is the part everybody turned it off." And then you just heard the music come in. I said, "Oh shit, WWE ain't right for that." Because we didn't see that. Because when you there, you don't see some stuff. I was like, well, you know, Philip, me and Phil go way back, like Crackjack. I'm gonna have to meet him.
Yeah, man. I tell you, that's I've definitely seen my share of historic moments over at Daly's place.
Oh, that's good though. I like that for you.
Yeah.
Cause I was at the first Grand Slam. I'm never doing that again. But I was at the first one.
That's what's up.
It's just the truth. I don't want to be sitting there till midnight. And
Nah, hey,
like WWE has spoiled us. Like, yo, when I tell you, when Mania in LA ended, it was still light outside. I was just like, y'all got it. I was like, y'all good. I don't want whatever y'all. I'm good.
Man, I'm telling you.
But do y'all have any other questions? You can talk wrestling. You gotta talk about me. You know, I hate talking about me.
I
personally talk about whatever y'all want to talk about.
I personally got to dip out, but y'all keep
Thank you for joining.
Going to watch SmackDown.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming on.
Listen, it's my honor, to be honest. Like, I think now I'm trying to put the pieces together of what transpired previously to probably y'all forming, because I didn't really get it at first. And then when y'all said a certain person, then I said, oh, this way, okay. I connected my own dots.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad I did. But I'm glad that y'all was able to form something that's meaningful to y'all. And that's really what it's about. It's never about, everybody can have their opinions on stuff. Everybody can feel how they feel. But y'all got to work as a team to be able to express that. So for y'all to get together, and I feel like y'all missing one other person too.
Yeah, Nap. Shout out
Nap. Shout out Nap.
My little light bright over there. But I'm glad y'all was able to get together and create something that's yours and that means something to y'all. So I just want to say that because I was very like, and then when that name popped up, and all y'all was like, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. All right, okay, I'm not even mad. All right, that's okay. That's okay too.
Telling you, it's we say it all the time. It's fun. It's funny when we sit back and think about it, the way that we all came together.
Yeah.
But now that we are all together, we can't picture like us not being.
Can't do it without. And it's funny because I guess a tidbit of backstory to us, the Jobbertears podcast. Me and Lucas was on a previous podcast before we started that.
Mm-hmm.
And his brother, because everybody always thinks that Mr. Black is not his real life brother, and I should be like, they're saving each other, y'all. That's his brother. But Mr. Black had came on to the previous show we were on as a guest, like he covered for the person. And normally at the time I wasn't the moderator, I was the one going back and forth with Wilkins, and then we swapped that day, and I was in the middle, and then the brothers went back and forth, and that really was probably when everything made sense for us. So trial and error, that's all it is. Trial and error.
Yeah, no, it's the family meeting.
Can I get a quick drum roll if y'all don't mind? Can I get a quick drum roll?
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to sit at the table, one of my new favorite indie wrestlers. My motherfucking brother and yours. Stan.
Barbara! I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's good, y'all? How y'all feeling tonight?
Nah, what's good, man?
We good,
brother.
My man.
Janelle, how you doing?
I'm shocked. Still, I'm shocked you're not playing the game with mine.
Listen, they called me right. I was just about to get on the stream. They called
See?
me
You
right where I was
know what I mean? Yo, I'll come home and he's not here right now. This what we playing, and I'll be like, "You play with Sam?" He be like, "Yeah." I'll be like, "Okay, go ahead, go play."
That's my
It's
partner.
okay.
That's my partner.
Nah,
Just doing
Stan,
the most.
definitely
what?
want to get you on here. We wanna hear your journey as well too, bro. So like we wanna,
But you know what?
because listen,
Neil,
this is family right here. This is
Shit,
what
how
we
much
do.
time
We
we
get
got?
together at the table and we eat. We chop it up.
Hey, Stan,
Definitely
though.
gotta get you on the show, bro.
Nah,
Stan,
I appreciate. First of all, I appreciate. I'm grateful that I got a chance to connect with y'all over the weekend. Like,
Nah, definitely.
I say it in private, I say it in public. I say it here. Like, Jobberslam has become kind of like a homecoming kind of thing. Like, so when I see people like y'all that I never met before, but I've seen like online and shit like that, like
Yeah.
that is like that means something to me. You know what I'm saying? So and to see like everything us really come together over this one thing that we bond over is just beautiful every time I see it. So, and we all look alike.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying? So I
the
love
three of y'all
it.
that I really wanted to meet, it was Janelle, it was you, and it was Shantice. When I saw Shantice, I was sitting there like,
Yeah, she
like,
real
oh
life.
shit. Like I usually see you online. It's like, yo, this is crazy. Like it was mad cool. And then
I'll give her a special birthday shout out. She
Yeah,
celebrated her
happy
birthday
birthday.
yesterday.
Her birthday
yeah,
was
happy
just the other
birthday,
day.
Shantice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Definitely,
it's Virgo
definitely.
season. My birthday's next Sunday, y'all. So get it
Oh,
together.
that's right. That's right.
oh, so
That's
you
right.
Get
look
it
back.
together.
You
That's
look back
right.
on happy
Virgo
birthday. All
season.
right, cool.
Love that. Love that.
Charlene
Yeah, what's
showing
up?
you
What's
love,
up?
Stan.
How you feeling? How you feeling?
Yo,
Showing you
Stan.
love.
Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed.
I don't know you like they did when they met you in person, but it's customary. Again, the Family Mean Podcast. We don't like to get into your personal business.
No. Save that for when he's on here. Save it for when
You
when we
sure?
Save that for
talking
the
When
about
he's
it.
private.
Yeah,
Save
save it
that
for
for
when
the
he's
private.
on here.
Yeah.
Like
Save
I
that.
got a saying. I got a saying, and it's a song. If you were there, you heard. It's called "More on This Later." You know what I'm saying? So that's what we keep that way.
More on
I
that
see
later.
you. I told the
Say
good
later.
one.
I'm
I'm with it
gonna
though.
head out. Hey, y'all keep rocking.
Yeah.
Thank you, Janelle, for hopping on. Thank you, Stan,
Oh,
for
thank
hopping
you
on.
for having me.
Thank you
I
for having
mean,
me.
yo, everybody.
Well, now you know Jacksonville. Y'all come on up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come on through.
You already know it's no excuses, Beast. No excuses.
Hey, I got to be at the next one for sure. For sure, I
Absolutely.
got to be at the next one. All right.
You know we're gonna talk about you when you leave, right?
All right, man. Go ahead. Go.
You talk about me when I'm here.
Go
I
ahead.
will.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you, Brody. Love you, man.
Go ahead and be a human being. Go.
You already
Be a
Friday.
human being. All right, now that he's gone, let's talk about it.
talk about him. Yeah. Oh, punk motherfucker.
Don't tell him we said this.
We love him. We just playing. This is
No,
what
that's
we
it.
do.
He's from up here. He just lives in Jacksonville, which I thought was so intriguing. I was like, Jack of all places? Like, okay. All right, you know.
Yo, I wish I could go back. That's how much fun I had. I want to go back and just replay Saturday all over again. I had so much fun. I love it. I loved it. I just wish I had more footage. I didn't get a lot of footage.
You was having too much
Because
fun.
you were in the moment. Listen,
Yeah.
I think I got, to be honest, like I told you, I don't ever, there's no other pictures I feel like of me or of anything. So the fact that we got a picture, I was thankful. I was like, yo, bro, I appreciate it. Because I don't ever get these niggas will have whole full blown photo shoots with the photographers and shit. And I'm up front handling shit. And I just be like, I
I
ain't
feel
gonna tell
you. Yo,
nobody.
like Mel, you was the only person. Like I got a picture with you and Cal. You know what I'm saying? I got a picture with you and Cal. And that was it. Me and Mike was outside chopping it up for hours, pretty much the whole show. And we didn't even get a picture.
No, we didn't, which is crazy.
Nah,
So you just be in the moment. You just be there. So you know you don't really think about like, oh, let me get this. Let me get this. You just be like you're in it. So it's hard.
But that's the best part about it. That's the best part because, like, you know, of course you want to document everything, and there's plenty of documentation that happened. But when you're too busy in the moment trying to capture it, you miss the moment. You miss the moment. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be present in that, and that's what I feel like we got to experience. And love that shit. Love that shit.
Yeah. I'm ready for the next one and the one after that and the one after that. God willing, I'm ready, man. Y'all gonna get sick of seeing me. You gonna get sick of seeing me.
Never that.
No. We need that. We need honestly, like we need that energy. We need that energy because everybody always talk about how everything's divided. They got them and us and da 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 da. Like nah, like that Saturday was an example of and Janelle be the first one to tell you because she ran the whole motherfucker. Like in spite of all the ups and downs and the shit that it takes to get to those places, like hell, you had to drive there, right? You had to drive to get there, and driving, I'm sure wasn't. I mean, it had its that travel had its ups and downs on the road, but when you got there, it was lit. So and it's the same thing. Like we just can't always, the destination is the most important. We always get to where we want to go. We get caught up in the journey all the time because that has a tendency to weigh on the mind and shit. But we all want to be there at the destination.
And it's a beautiful thing about the indies when you go to an indie show, you already feel like you're family. So it's not like everybody, and especially in a black indie, it's a cookout. It's literally a cookout, except for them. We're gonna talk about them expensive ass hot dogs, but
we had no point for that. So that ain't on us.
Corner store.
No, right.
I walked right out there,
man.
Went right to the corner store.
Everybody knew, well, except for the people up at front row. But in an indie show, and this is why I was so glad that I was there to see Mel experience his first indie show, because you never know what to expect from an indie show. Because we was over here talking about your what that the boy with the glasses and the long hair and just wouldn't shut up.
Oh, the guy that got his when he threw the other guy into his mama.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't see that part?
Janelle figured out. Oh
shoot. What was his name?
Long hair?
Kind of suit. The guy that
came
out.
With a suit. Oh, you talking about Charles Mason?
Yes.
No, he didn't have long hair.
And
no.
Steve
No. The fan was that.
Oh, okay. I was like, yo, I don't know. Long hair really lose. Because if we too, unless it's dreads or something, long hair is beyond me. But Charles Mason and Steve Figure, yes. It's funny because that match, the one-on-one actually wasn't supposed to be one-on-one. And once again, how things happen when you're playing the show, things move down, things change. But when we made that change, I made sure that we stuck to that change because I knew that everybody would appreciate the one-on-one.
It was that was the battle royal.
Didn't even go up.
And that match was like one of my favorites. And Darius Carter's match.
He's a new Darius Carter fan, yo.
Oh yeah.
Everybody should be. Listen.
What?
One of the most underrated indies, still on the indies, and we all still looking like somebody needs to go pick him up because he just has it. He's always had it. So it's just.
Listen, the last time I was around Darius Carter in a wrestling setting, he kicked the music notes clear off my face into the crowd. Regardless of that, she's right.
Yeah,
he's a gem and a jewel, and we should all be grateful for the fact that we have a chance to witness him in our presence. Just it's what it is.
He is a true meaning of dick.
He is a hard ER, yo.
Listen.
I was like, Jesus Christ. I love the indie shows now. Like I'm addicted. I'm gonna go to
wait. So that was your first indie show?
That was my first one.
Boom, that was like your best experience. So like what I learned, like before I got into this shit like this, like I was only really concerned about watching the WWF. Like I really only cared about, you know what I'm saying? Boom.
Yep.
Like I didn't really. I'll be honest. I really didn't put no real respect on the indie or the indie culture like that because I was like, whatever. When I started, not really even when I started podcasting, quote unquote, or doing the show. It wasn't until I started like really training and getting out here and seeing what this indie circuit really means that I started to really respect everybody from the janitor to the CEO type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go to a show like that, an indie show like that, like you said, you get to it's not just the wrestling. You're getting a whole experience of not just the people around you, but then the performers as well. Like you get an experience with the performers that you wouldn't get at the WWE unless you had like front seat at a house show. And not only that, you get to, build with those people and you build those relationships and those mean something, And on top of that, you get to see these folks before they make it because guaranteed somebody that you saw is going to be on TV. You know what I'm saying? So
that's how it was with what y'all know as Carmelo Hayes. But we know him on the Indies as Christian Casanova here in the Northeast. So like seeing people like him, people like Tasha Steele, like people like that rolled up on the Indies like that, and then was able to get that opportunity and be on TV, on a pay-per-view, on a PLE, like it's a full circle. It means something, especially if they look like us. Like, that's the bonus.
Yeah. Shout out to Matt Awesome. Shout out to Matt Awesome watching the show. Sorry,
me and Matt Awesome got a score to settle, but I shout out to him too. Shout out to him too.
With the money being
made.
It's a great feeling.
It is. But
you gotta do me a solid. You gotta help train Mike for Jobberslam 5.
Train for what?
For the show next year.
Wait, what train him for what purpose will be serving on the show? What do you
like you wrestle, right? Last time I said
to wrestle. You're training him to wrestle?
Yeah.
Mike wants this?
Yeah, did you not? Yeah.
You were in the ring when he took that bump.
No, I was not. Wait. Oh, wait. Wow.
Yeah.
Wait.
That was him.
Yo, Jay, I thought you was talking about Mike.
Not my Mike, no. He know better than that. That ain't happening. Because I ain't too old. I ain't gonna. My hands will smell like icy hot for months. I'm not signing up for that. No.
Oh man.
I'm talking about this one. No, this one. No.
I got you.
The one I hear on live.
Boom. So we talked about this at length, actually. And I told him what he needed to do. I told him he needed to get up with a credible school and start there. Start there and get your win back. Get not only your win back, get your foundation back. You know what I'm saying? Your fundamentals, your footwork, get all that shit good. You know what I'm saying? Your character and all that shit, you know what you're doing there. But the way this thing works now, a lot of these promotions are running out of schools, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? You got to be affiliated with somebody. You got to belong to somewhere. Me, we'll talk more about me later. But the way I would suggest, motherfuckers move is that you come from somewhere and you have that backing, because otherwise you're gonna be an independent contractor for sure.
But I could keep this going all night. I don't care.
Right.
But I got some obligations that I need to get to.
No, listen. We gonna wrap up. We done talked about me a little bit. We got staying on the mic here. We been good today.
Ooh, I like that. We got Stan on the mic. You heard that?
Stan, let me know when you're ready. We got a show for you too. We need to pick your brain as well.
Yeah. I'm good next week.
Like I said, she don't even realize it.
Right. I'm good next week. I'm good every day but Wednesday.
Okay, we're gonna set that up.
We got a lot lined up, man. We got a lot lined up.
No, absolutely. That's
oh my god, I love the cane in the hat. I love the fucking cane in the hat. That is fucking awesome.
It was this last year when we had New Jack City as a theme. That's hilarious.
If I had a manager, he'd look just like that.
About that shirt. I need that shirt.
I'll do it for free, chicken.
Oh, so I think somebody else had asked me any Jobberslam shirts, any Jobbertears shirts. Shout out to my bro Nate from Storyline Tees. You go to storylinetees.com and they actually have all of our merch along with other shirts that he's made. He has a really, really dope, like I wore his WrestleMania shirt. Like he's out of this world when it comes to graphics and t-shirts and stuff like that. So Nate, Storyline Tees. And then it also reminded me that one thing about Jobberslam is the theme is always based on a black film. So most people may not even connect that dot or see that. But so like for instance, the t-shirt you're wearing, that's the official Jobberslam 4 t-shirt. So our boy Nate, we always take the theme of the show and mix it with a theme of an old WWF pay-per-view. So because the theme this year was coming to the ring, coming to America, so that's why the t-shirt has the crown, but it's the King of the Ring, kind of like emblem of it. So that's just a little background fun fact about that. So when I saw New Jack, I was like, where was this good up last year?
That's dope.
Now I'm excited about next year.
After this show uploads, would you put that in the comments? Like, would you tag him or like?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, big him up.
To be honest, I can connect y'all too, because in all honesty, the one thing I've learned about, especially in wrestling, is like there's so many people involved in the little things that you don't know. And those are the people you should like talk to and get their point of view from. Like him kind of coming from like he started from the ground up, like just creating t-shirts and then just became like our go-to guy for our shirts and stuff like that. So people like him, because when Stan said from the janitor to the CEO, it's the truth. It's like all the little people that help put stuff together, they matter and they have a point of view. So definitely, I'll definitely tag them when you post it.
That's what we're
I want to make this quick point before we get off here because Janelle just triggered a thought in a topic that was touched on Facebook earlier that I had in a post, and this whole interaction we're having right now is like proving my point because there was a post that was pretty much asking like what is the what's the end goal between the relationship between wrestling promotions and podcasts. And I think it's important that we highlight that because especially in this indie culture, because I don't think a lot of quite frankly, I don't know if a lot of promotions know the value in platforms like this.
No.
Platforms like the Jobbertears.
True.
Platforms like Talk a Champion, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And in this era of like social media, I'm sorry for my camera. My iPad is wild. But but in this area of social media where like people consume their content a certain way, they're not always going to be looking at your flyer that you post on your local bulletin board. They're going to be looking to platforms like y'all to tell them who's popping or what promotion they should watch and what wrestlers going where, you know what I'm saying? And, the two sides would do well to work with each other. Allow y'all access to their talent to bring them on y'all platforms and allow you to grow as well. Y'all and then all that. The relationships just gotta mesh. And that's what I see here. And that's why I was right. And I hope whoever I was talking to is seeing this.
Sure. Let me get to these two comments real quick, Tori, if you don't mind.
Big salute for that. We got one from Matthew. Again, like Saturday, fellas, thanks a lot for coming out to Jobberslam this year and showing your support.
No, we appreciate you. Appreciate y'all for even opening the door for us. You know, we appreciate that love.
Oh yeah, we got one from
birthday girl. Birthday girl.
Oh snap! Oh, this
happy birthday.
This is weird for me because like I don't look at your pictures like way too many times. No, I'm kidding.
He is not kidding. He is so good.
Again, though, to her point, like the first Black Girl Magic, I did commentary for, and I trust me, I tell people all the time that is the hardest thing. That's harder than booking a show. It's doing commentary. I promise you. So no, like having the podcast has blessed. I could say even from me, just me as an individual, it's blessed me with so many opportunities to do certain things like. I had did commentary with Tasha Steeles for Faye Jackson's Grace Red Fair Battle Royal in Tampa WrestleMania weekend, how many people can say they worked WrestleMania weekend? You know what I mean? No matter what the capacity is in, I was blessed that she gave me that opportunity, and those type of connections and networking was because of the podcast. To be completely honest with you, so I definitely stand with what Stan is saying because even with us as a podcast, like. There would be me no co-owner if there was no podcast, just straight up. So there would be no Jobberslam if there wasn't no podcast. So like, it is a testament to like having those relationships and having the people work together for it to be a big deal. Because like I tell people all the time, like there is no show without y'all, and I really mean that. Like there really isn't. Like you can always find talent. It doesn't mean you want to find good talent. It don't mean you want to find resourceful talent. But you always find talent. But when it means something and it's a community felt thing, that's what matters. So yeah, I stand with you.
No. Everything you say is a gem. Everything you drop is a gem. What she said was there would be no BGM if there were no podcasts.
Yeah, Black Girl Magic.
Yeah, just a quick background on that. Black Girl Magic, that was a show that Shantice, Brother Greatness, and Taylor, I forgive me for forgetting the rest of it. They put on this event that specialized in having all Black women talent. And not only did it go off 2 years in a row, every talent, at least the second year, every talent was paid what they were sponsored. So I don't know if y'all know if that's like, like payment to wrestlers. I know that was a topic today because somebody put something out there about somebody getting paid.
You worry about player contract like y'all getting $1. I hate that. I hate talking about people money. Like you make more than me while we talking about it. I hate that. Anyway, that grinds me.
But to the point, like it is hard. It is hard out here for wrestlers to get paid what they're owed, particularly women of color. Mm-hmm. And in that event, it was Black Girl Magic. Literally, all these, from Faye Jackson to Jazz, part of her retirement tour. Like we had all kinds of local whatever, but all that was put together through the social media, through sponsors, through outside that wanted to support the cause. So it's like people were trying to tell us like, oh yeah, it's a niche, it's not gonna draw, how are you gonna do it? Well, that's your experience because y'all work a business a certain way and cater to a certain market and book a certain whatever, and you have a certain way to go about it. But there's more than one way to skin a cat. It depends on how bad you want it. If you want to really push something and you really believe in it, you got people that'll behind you. You get people behind you that'll help you with the dream, especially if it's something like us.
Put big emphasis on that us.
You know what I'm saying? This about it, and that's what it was. That's why I love Jobberslam. That's why I love Jobberslam, because it's like, you're gonna see, all kinds of diverse talent on it, but and I don't mean to make it sound like it's just like only for Black people, because you look around, but look around. It's a cookout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look around you. Look where you at, and it's you know, it's somewhere that we could call home, and it like I said, it's really like the family reunion, and I appreciate Janelle. I can't tell you how much I appreciate y'all for having that platform, having just the Jobbetears period, and just like this is just awesome. Just
Janelle, get
way
your
that we're all
flowers.
able to connect over.
Flowers.
Thank you. And it was so dope because actually the second Black Girl Magic show we were able to actually do. We were actually able to do Jobberslam the next day, so we actually turned it into a whole weekend. And that's kind of like what I try to do. So like because people come from far and near, so like I try to make it like more enticing, and then also too like just to being a part of that history. Like, hey, we ran the same weekend. Your back, I got your back, you got our back, type of thing. And that's what I would love to see more on the independent scene. Is everybody just it's a dog eat dog world, but like we can come together and do some dope shit. And that's like that's my another big wish of 2025 is like just do something really big with somebody else and just do dope shit for our community, because it all it takes a village, to be honest. And like I always say, like if we didn't, like, for instance, if Afropunk, so shout out to LPW, if Afropunk didn't happen, we wouldn't have had JTG. So the blessings that always come when you work with people and you work with a common goal, you never know the type of magic that you can make. Because we didn't, about a month before John was here, we did not even have Kevin Knight even on the card. We didn't even have, he wasn't even booked. And then when we made that change. And then when I told him personally, because I'm very big on talent knowing, especially Black men, that they matter. I told him in his face after the show, I said, people got asked the question when they bought the ticket, who do you want to see? Over 50% of the people that pre-sold that ticket said Kevin Knight. And I had to tell him that. I said, whatever you're doing, however it is you're doing, you got to keep going. I said, people came to see you.
Yeah.
And it's the same. After stand match, I told him, I said, I told Shanty, I said, niggas was on stand. Like I said, this was, I was happy for you to have that experience, because not everybody feels that love, and it means something. And that's always been my wish for Jobberslam, is like whatever we do, it means something to not only those that pay their money, but to the talent that spent their time to actually come and do the show. Because you could have been a whole different show and not give a fuck. But every single person that came and showed up, the show runs because of y'all. We could do everything we could do in the back, but y'all the talent. Y'all here to entertain, and we are here to support you in that. So I always tell people, like, and I'm even me being a co-owner, if I have the opportunity to sponsor, I still sponsor. Like we got to keep it going so that people can see that we got each other's backs.
Absolutely.
Publicly.
Yeah. Publicly. We not hiding. We outside. But I know Mel want to wrap up, so go ahead. Let me let you wrap up. Listen, I didn't record today, so I have time.
I got stuff to do. I ain't even gonna hold you, but
I told you earlier. I said I was recording SmackDown, so I'm ready to watch SmackDown. So I'm okay.
I can't wait for you to be on.
He went to watch SmackDown. He ain't
kidding.
I'm about to go on the stream. Anybody interested? Talking Champions on Twitch. I'm going up to war.
Shout them out.
Hey,
that's it.
I'm gonna keep in touch with you because I need to get you on the show.
Yes. More on this later.
All right, my
Thanks
brother.
y'all for having me, Janelle. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later, Sandy Man.
Indeed, yes, indeed. This is how it starts, man. The start of everything good.
That's the beautiful part of it.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, we've had a blast.
We had a show.
This ain't what you do. Tori's part.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tori.
No. Pop yourself. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say, and I'll finish. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
He's gonna let me have it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have really had a family meeting, but not only that, we've had a family reunion. We've had stories of footage that is nowhere now. Thank you. to just watch your ass. And just being able to just have a good time, but all for the love of wrestling. And not just regular wrestling, it's indie wrestling, but also black wrestling. This is what we do. This is how we come together. We don't need to break each other down. We don't need to tear each other apart. We got to keep building up because, I mean, whether we like it or not, black excellence is here.
It ain't going nowhere.
Black excellence is here, man. We got, look, boss lady, black owned. She gonna take it over. Listen, let me, because it's right there. Because look, these wrestling shows might smell like tea tree oil and cocoa butter. But anyway,
We demand smelling like cocoa butter at all shows, because you know who don't. So,
oh yeah, go ahead, Tori.
All right. So with all that being said, with all the black excellence in the air, no matter what color or race or creed that you are, you know that this is a family meeting podcast. Everyone's welcome to the table. Everyone's welcome to pull up a chair, and you never know who's going to pull up a chair next time. And Lord knows, it's been a pleasure to sit down with Stan and especially Janelle coming over to the table, sit down, having a little meal with us that Grandma made, right? We appreciate that. Most importantly, we know that everyone listening, especially if you're still listening, everyone listening, you had a choice. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us. And we appreciate that. With that being said, signing off for Mel, for Janelle, for Big Mike Nash. Who the fuck is that?
Big Bone.
All right, for him too. And for myself, PG. Yo, it's been a pleasure. Thank y'all for sitting there talking with us. Meeting adjourned. See you next time we gather around the table at the Family Meeting Podcast.
And we out.